Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Pokemon Soul Silver. Last time, we, explored the ruins of Alph, we got to Arctic City, got an Eevee, and in today's episode, I don't have to put emphasis on that, but for some reason I did, we're going to be exploring a special area here in Arctic City, and the Johto region in general, known as the Burn Tower, and this is one of my favorite parts of the game, one of my favorite locations. We can't go in this little area yet, we're going to save it for the post-game, but this area is also really cool, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But these monks here will talk about a rainbow-hued Pokemon. And this area, like I brought up, is super cool with the lore of the Johto region. And it's something I wanted to get into to begin with Ecruteak. But first, I want to talk about some of the descriptions for Ecruteak and just some of the things it's based off of. So, Ecruteak City's Gen 2 description is the city where present and past concurrently flow in history. And Gen 4 description, because Gen 4 obviously had to ruin the descriptions, is the city where history flows. So, going into quickly about a little bit of trivia with Ecruteak City is that this place was originally called Old City when this place was getting presented early when the game developed, and yeah, it had more like, I guess, Japanese, like medieval Japanese looking cities houses. But this is Eusine, who gets called Eugene a lot. I think the original games had a problem with that, but yeah, he's just kind of a Pokemon researcher. We'll learn more about him later on, but yeah. Ecruteak City, though, is based off of Kyoto City, and Kyoto City serves as the city of the Imperial Court for 11 centuries and is the cultural capital of Japan. And he's talking here about Suicune, Entei, and Raikou, who are the three legendary beasts of Johto. And there's a coughing. I was gonna edit this out, but purely because of the Trigger Conroy episode in Crystal, where he catches a shiny coughing, I left it in because that's one of my favorite moments from that LP. And here's our jerk rival, Silver. You know, bud, I don't know if it's a very good idea to have a Pokemon battle in a burn tower where we can fall and hurt ourselves, but you do you. So, first off, Silver, he's gonna come out with a Ghastly, level 20 with the moves Lit, Confusory, Mean Look, and Curse. I had a really bad idea putting Eevee in front, and that could have backfired on me because I don't have any moves that can actually do damage to Ghastly, and he could have thrown that Mean Look on me, which means I would have been trapped, and we would have had a struggle battle, which would have been terrible. He will throw out a Curse. So Curse, basically he cuts his HP in half, and through each turn of the battle, I'll take more damage the longer I have Quilava out here. Thankfully, he's stupid, does that, Flame Wheel one-shots it, we're fine. So, yeah. As you can see here, like I brought up, it'll do damage to you each turn. Curse is a very risky move. If you can get it out first and have a Pokemon that you can just burn it with, it's not terrible, but it's not really a move I really recommend a lot. Up next is this Croconaw. Croconaw is level 22 with the moves Water Gun, Scary Face, Ice Fang, and Bite. You got that Ice Fang is a really good move to have, so be careful on that. You can potentially get frozen. If you pick Chikorita as your starter, he'll now have Quilava level 22 with the moves Flame Wheel, Smokescreen, Ember, and Quick Attack. And if you chose Totodile, he'll have Bayleaf level 22, Reflect, Magical Leaf, Poison Powder, and Synthesis. Not a terrible move, or terrible Pokemon either way, which ones he has. I think his Croconaw's definitely the best of the three choices he can have, but with Flaffy, I mean, we pretty much just won this fight. And he has now Zubat, level 20 with the moves Wing Attack, Supersonic, Astonish, and Bite. It's not going to really hurt us since we have Flaffy with Thundershock. Honest to God, if you get an Electric type, a lot of Silver's Pokemon are not going to hurt you. Like, my team wasn't it's kind of designed to take out Silver, but it's more designed for the gyms. But, like, the issue is, like, if you choose, like, at least Quilava, or Cyndaquil, and then you get, like, a Flaffy, you're going to be able to take out a large majority of Silver's Pokemon. But he's got a new Pokemon here with Magnemite, which is different, because in the original, it is level 20. It's the only Pokemon I think that got changed in the remake in this fight, but in this game, it's level 18 with the moves Thundershock, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, because you gotta make that Street Fighter reference, and Thunder Wave. Thankfully, though, we have Heracross here, and he can take it out. Heracross, I'm telling you, is just, he's an ass kicker. He is afraid of nothing. He just destroys everything, and I love Heracross. and he's gonna get mad and run away like a little loser. But talking about the Burn Tower, I wanted to get in more of that and talk about what it's based off of. It is based off, and I'll pronounce this wrong, the Gengaku-ji, also known as the Temple of the Silver Pavilion. It's a Zen temple in the Sakyo ward of Kyoto, Japan. And despite its name, Gengaku-ji is not covered with a silver leaf, but atop the temple rests the likeliness of a bird. So make of that what you will. A strange thing about the Burn Tower, though, is if you run around and talk to NPCs, they'll mention watching the tower burn as a child. What's weird about this is that happens hundreds of years ago, meaning these NPCs are probably over 150 years old. It makes no sense, but yeah. To go into the tale of the Burn Tower, I want to bring it up. The tale of the Burn Tower is really interesting, and I love the lore behind this. According to some legends, the legendary Pokemon Lugia once perched upon this tower, while Ho-Oh, the other Pokemon legendary of Heart Gold, Heart Gold, roosted on top of the Bell Tower. In the legend, 3 Pokemon were revealed to be resting in the basement, and the tower was set ablaze. And unfortunately, the Pokemon died. Thankfully, with Ho-Oh there, he was able to bring these Pokemon back to life, and they became legendaries, is all I'm gonna say there. We'll get into them later, but yeah. Not much more about some lore behind the Ecruteak City, though. Ecruteak City is based off Kyoto, Japan. I brought up that earlier. And it is my favorite city in the Johto region because it has so many awesome areas that I think really shows how great the lore behind the Johto region is. And it's a region that I don't think gets brought up a lot with how interesting the lore is. I see a lot of stuff on, like, Sinnoh with the gods and stuff, and I get it, why people like it. But for me, Johto, sorry, is the most interesting region in terms of lore. I really like it a lot. Because you have stuff like the Bell Tower, the Burn Tower. I love how nice Ecruteak City looks in the remakes. We won't get to see an area yet that I really like, but it gives me a nice autumn vibe, and I love that a lot. And I'll talk about the lore of this region more as we go throughout the game, but I really think a lot of the lore behind Johto, and Pokemon games in general, but specifically the Johto games, don't really get appreciated enough. I love the geography of the Johto region a lot. It's such a nice region, but oh god, I love Johto. I'm not trying to just suck Johto's dick, but Johto is such a good region, and I know people love these games. I feel like a lot of people, at least recently, I've seen, kind of think Johto as a region is really small and lame, and I agree that Johto is a small region, but I love Johto. It's my favorite region for a reason. Probably it and Unova. Buddy, if you've been chasing Suicune for 10 years, and you're a researcher, and I'm assuming a well-paid one at that, and I, a 10-year-old child, just happened to stumble upon the legendary dogs my first try, that's kind of sad. Yes, Eusine is so lame. He is such a lame character. I don't know why people like Eusine. Literally, he is a virgin Eusine, and I am the Chad Pokemon Trainer Gold. It is kinda lame. Think of that. Imagine spending 10 years of your life searching for a Pokemon, and a 10-year-old kid who doesn't even have his 4th badge yet discover the dogs before you. Especially Suicune, because that's who he's the most interested in. How pathetic can you be? I'm just being serious here. Eusine kinda sucks. I don't know. But on the next episode of Pokemon Soul Silver, we're gonna be facing off against the Ecruteak Gym Leader, getting our 4th badge, or attempting, I should say, against the Gym Leader, Morty. So join me next time for more Pokemon Soul Silver.